Oh boy, what a year. I know. Yeah. I hope I'm not the only one still tired after all the gift knits and the crazy holiday season. We are all trying to find our balance again, do our fun and cozy and calming hobby with no stress, which is amazing. So welcome to the new year. I am very happy to see you here. We have survived yet another year, which is already a win in my book. Hi, my name is Nadya and I'm the face behind the LemonKnitting channel where we discuss all things knitting. And damn, that's been a while since I did an actual knitting podcast. I had a few videos in December, but they were all just knitting related, not a podcast per se. So I have a lot of things to tell you. But first, I would be very grateful if you press the subscribe button under the video so that we don't lose each other, and also to help me fulfill my goal. And my goal for 2026 is to get my first 1,000 of subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to kind of help me move along my way, it's right here, the little button. Now grab the beverage of your choice and let's get into it. Okay, in the last podcast, I was telling you a lot about gift knits, but I couldn't show you anything because, they were surprises. And surprisingly, a lot of my friends and family actually watch my channel. So right now it's gonna be like a rapid fire round of gift knits because I already gifted them all, so I can't really show you anything. And I was not smart enough to record any kind of B-roll videos of them while they were here. So I'll just show you pictures from Ravelry and tell you what they were and who they were. I made a Frederiksberg beanie for my sister. I made it out of Kamarosa's kniff-knack. It took around 3 balls of yarn for it, and it was a very fun knit. It's the pattern from the Knitting for Olive knitting book, and it was a very nice pattern. It was very simple, it was very, very, very mindless stockinette in the round knit, and I finished it during trip to Copenhagen and trip back on a train, so it was fairly quick knit. So not more than 10 hours of knitting, which is quite fun since it's a double layer beanie that you can actually invert to the other side. So on one side you can have the stockinette, and on the other side you can have the garter stitch pattern. So you can kind of get 2 hats in one, which is great. I think I told you about it in the latest podcast, but now I can show you pictures, which is amazing. Next, for my sister's husband, I made nice strip socks out of, I think it was Lang Socks 4-ply yarn. And it was this gorgeous colorway that kind of reminds you of an ocean beach or a seaside. Like a lot of yellows, like sand color, and also a lot of blues and teal and everything. And it is important because they actually love sailing in Greece. So I was inspired to kind of remind him of all of the warmer days now that the weather out in UK is probably not the best, It's January, it probably sucks, so I think it's a very nice memento to remember all the summer adventures. Another pair of socks I made was from my friend from Copenhagen. And these were the vanilla socks by Crazy Socks Lady in Drops Fiesta, I think. The problem is that even though I was trying very hard to make them proper sized, they were too small for him. Luckily, he has my bestie, his lovely wife, who very quickly took the socks. And now they are her socks and she's wearing them and she loves them, and I'm very happy for that. But I'm very sad that my friend didn't get a present because the socks didn't fit. So I'll have to make another pair for him. Otherwise, I will feel like a terrible person. On the note of his wife, though, I made her a Sophie hood out of Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in this gorgeous Bordeaux color. I ain't gonna lie, that was the first time I was making a gift knit, and I did not want to actually like give it away. For like a few seconds I was like, maybe I should keep it and make very quickly another one. But then I was like, yeah, okay, there's no time. So now on my future plan list is to make another one for myself, because the color is gorgeous, the yarn is gorgeous, and it looks so damn cute. She wears it to work and she says that she loves it, and I'm so happy to see that she's happy. Another gift knit that I haven't gifted yet, but it's already packed up, so I won't show you it in real life, is a cashmere scrunchie for my friend. I used yarn that I got from a thrifted cashmere cardigan. I unraveled it and I have quite a lot of cashmere actually. So I made her scrunchie and it's adorable and super soft, and I hope she's gonna like it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely did make more gift knits, but I don't remember what I actually made, and I haven't filled them on Ravelry because I was panicking the whole November and December. So if I remember any other gift knits, I will tell you in the next podcast, but now we can move to finished projects that are not gift knits. First and most important, I finished my Augustine's number 21, I think, dress. And I absolutely love it. I will insert some pictures because I can't really show you how it looks like in a horizontal mode, so the pictures are gonna go, but you have already seen a glimpse of it in my LemonKnitting Awards videos. I wore it there for like a few seconds. I love the finished knit. It looks so good, even though I ran out of yarn, so I don't have the lace on the bottom like the pattern requires. I am actually, I think, even more satisfied with how it turned out without the lace, because now there's no like see-through stuff next to my knees, and I am not very see-through person in my leg area, so I'm actually happy about that. The only thing is that it doesn't have any neck shaping, so it's just like, as you can see, the whole, like both panels are absolutely the same, which means it's almost impossible to find where is the back of the dress. So I have to still have a stitch marker connected to the dress to remember which side was the back side, because I even did like a very good job of like sewing I-cords ends, because I can't too easily see where the like connection is, which is like an indicator that it was the back side. But I still love it. I will probably find some kind of like tag to sew onto the back of the dress so that I know which side is the back. And it's made out of drops air and drops brushed alpaca silk, and the texture is gorgeous, but it's already peeling a little bit, and I wore it like one time and it was in my house, so I didn't even like leave or put on coat on it or anything, and it's already peeling a little bit, which is what you expect with alpaca, obviously, but probably not before you actually had the chance to wear it. When will I get a chance to wear it? I have no idea, because it's actually January already, and I think that winter will be finished very soon. And this dress is very warm, a bit too warm to my taste, for my taste, because it's quite thick and very alpaca-y. So even though it's gorgeous, it's so warm, it needs to be like -10 for me to actually like enjoy it to the fullest. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but we'll see, because it's gorgeous and I will definitely keep wearing it at least like for some events, if I ever get invited to events, you know, like I don't really have a place to wear it, but I would love to, because it's gorgeous. And now I'm very inclined to knit more Augustine's patterns, because I love the pattern by itself. Next finished object is a self-drafted one. It's a headband and it does not have any pattern. In one of my December videos, I was talking about like quick patterns for gift knits, and there was like an easy, very simple double layer headband, and I was thinking about making it. I opened the pattern. I did not like pretty much everything in construction. So I just did everything by myself. Stitch count, the way of casting on, the pattern itself. It was like, I think it was just stockinette, double layered stockinette. I made a double layered ribbing, and I made it much, much, much thinner because I don't really like when headbands are like hiding my hairline and everything. I look silly like that. So I basically, it was a very simple self draft. I love it because it's cashmere yarn from Gepard. It is so soft. Now that I've tried cashmere, I don't know how to go back, but I will have to because it's expensive like hell. But yeah, I wear it a lot. It fits my Cerviden gloves in Atlas, Sadness Gun Atlas perfectly, brown and brown, perfect combo. I would say it's not the best for winter because it's quite like breathable because cashmere is not very thick. It's warm, it's just like it's easily blown through by the wind. So I still wear a hat on the days when it's actually windy. So most of the days in Denmark, but on the making sets of stuff in one color topic, I also finished another pair of Cerviden gloves by Pearl by Ray. It's my second pair. This time I made them out of Senesgan alpaca silk. No, it's not. It's alpaca wool. Yes, it is. It's a mix of wool and alpaca, as you can guess from the name. They are much more, I wouldn't say fluffy, but like they have a halo. But it's not too much. It's not overwhelming halo. It doesn't like tickle your palms of hands or anything. They are super soft and comfortable, and I absolutely love them. If you watched my vlog from December, you would see the process of me making them and finishing them up with the yarn I had in stash because I ran out of the only ball of alpaca wool that I had. So if you're interested, you can check out the video. I will add it like with a card to the video, but they're amazing. I wear them every day. They're super soft. They're super warm. I absolutely love them. And honestly, I feel like I'm gonna make a lot more for all of my friends and family next year. I mean, this year already, because it's quickly becoming my favorite pattern for fingerless mittens. Another finished project also from my vlog was the gingham jumper by Friday Knits, which I modified to be a vest because I didn't have time to finish it as a jumper before Christmas. And I wanted it to be my Christmas jumper. Well, as I told you in the vlog, I hated how it turned out because it was not supposed to be a vest. So the construction doesn't really work with the vest so good. So in the end, the vest is pretty unwearable, but it's not a problem. I already kind of lived through my grief of failing this project, and now that I don't hate it anymore, I think that in February I'm gonna unravel all the ribbons and I'm gonna just finish it as a normal jumper as Phoebe's pattern recommends. So I gotta have use of this jumper after all because I still have a lot of yarn for it. Once again, I'm probably forgetting something out of the finished projects because it's been a long time, but I think it's time for us to move to the works in progress. Before we continue to the work in progress though, I need to flex my needle stoppers. It's from the new Cupid Knits collection and I absolutely adore them. They're little stars. And I just like every time I put them on my needles, I feel like I'm a fairy, you know, like bibbidi bobbidi boo. This is so cute. I just can't. I am obsessed. There's also like a white pearly pair that I used on another project. I'm gonna show you a little bit later. But these make knitting so much fun. I did not expect them to make it such a difference in my attitude, but every time I use them, I become so happy. I'm basically a kid. My main work in progress right now is this kind of spider webby turtleneck jumper for my friend. It's somewhere on like 2/3 of the body being finished. I have no idea if you can actually see anything because my video like capture on the phone is a bit weird, but here's the turtleneck. Here are the sleeves that are on top, and here's the body. It's made out of brushed alpaca silk, and I'm using a pattern by a Russian designer whose name I absolutely do not remember, because instead of having her designs on Ravelry, she's using Telegram to send pictures of her pattern that you are not allowed to save in any way. And as far as I understand, it's normal for Russian designers, which was quite a surprise for me. And the fun part is that I had to actually learn Russian terms for everything in knitting to understand the pattern. Because, well, I am native Russian speaker, but I've never learned the knitting in Russian. So when I opened the pattern, it was as if it was written in like Elven language or something. That was a weird experience, to say the least. But yeah, it's a gift for my friend's birthday. She really, really wanted this like spiderweb fishnet kind of very see-through thin jumper. So I hope she's gonna like it because it's a pain to make it. Now let's talk about the project that is not a pain to knit. And another set of these needle stoppers. They're so cute, I can't. So the next project is this. This is Fika Shawl by designer whose name I do not remember. But it's from the Yngling Advent Calendar. It was like the first project in the calendar. And it's using Yngling's merino wool in like a fingering weight. I absolutely love the pattern, yarn, and overall the calendar itself. It was so much fun. I liked all the patterns that came in the calendar. I think it was a great value of what you were getting for the price that you were paying. And also, I really like the yarn. I'm very surprised because usually I'm not the person who likes knitting with like small circumference needles and very thin yarns. But in this case, I absolutely love it. It doesn't hurt my fingers in any way. It feels like it has texture, but it's still very soft and will be nice to wear next to skin, even like in the neck area where the skin is like the most sensitive. So I'm super impressed. And the best thing about the pattern itself, it's super potato chippy. So like you make it in stripes of either just stockinette or cables. I would say it's cables. It is cables, just like they are so short that they are, I don't know, I call them pasta because they kind of look like tiny little pastas. I mean, they're probably both. I'm not sure, but they're adorable though. But the best thing about it, the pattern comes with 3 balls of yarn. All of this is the first ball of yarn and it's not even finished yet. Imagine how big it's gonna be when I finish it, or how much yarn I'm gonna have in leftovers, but I absolutely love it. The only thing I will say is that I had an actual meltdown when I was starting to make this shawl because, so I'm knitting the shawl and you are working on the I-cord edge when you're beginning right here. So I'm knitting it and I'm getting this shape and I'm feeling like this is the sharp end of the shawl. Like this is gonna be like flat edge and this is the sharp edge. So we have I-cords on both sides. And then I go and look into the pattern and I see that the sides have ribbing there on the photos. I go to the project itself and description, because my pattern is in Danish, and even though I do speak Danish, I might have troubles understanding it because I'm not fluent in it. So I went to the project page, and it still has ribs on both sides of the shawl. I started panicking because I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Then I went to see Yvette Makes Everything. I think it's the name of the channel. I'm not sure. I will link it down below. And she has an actual vlog of making all of the Yngling advent calendar projects, other than the last project bag project. So I watched her video, and she's knitting. She has I-cord, and then she switches to the final object, and it has ribbings. And I was like, what the hell is going on? It was in the middle of the night, so give me grace for that. But I literally thought I was going insane. And then I understood that this was not the sharp edge. That was actually the flat edge that is going around your shoulders. So this part here is gonna be the sharp edge, and there will be ribbing when I finish the shawl. So you have no idea how much panic I was in when I was making it, because I was like, am I that stupid? That's unbelievable. And the last project on my needles are the Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller. I got a set of shorties from Chiaogu for Christmas from my husband, and I decided to try them out by making myself a pair of mittens because it became cold here in Denmark, so I really wanted to kind of have something to warm up my hands. And I started working on them yesterday, and I must say that I absolutely do not understand how to work with the short circumference shorties. I don't get how to grab them so that it's comfortable. So I kind of look like a monkey playing with sticks while I knit. But it looks very nice. I have already done the first Latvian braid, and I started working on the ribbing of the glove, and I'm using Yngling number 20 for it. It's a finger weight wool, Shetland wool. So it's a very new experience for me, and it's very exciting. But it's gonna take me a lot of time, and while I'm learning, my hands are gonna suffer, which is very sad. Now on the future projects note, the only updates I have right now is that I have swatched some Isaiah Aran tweed with Isaiah soft silk mohair for Constellation sweater that was supposed to be in my winter plans. And I did not finish it in winter. I had too many gift knits that were not on my list when I was planning my winter knitting. So it kind of moved on to the next year because I still really want the sweater. I don't have any basic one-colored sweater yet. So I am very, 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 very motivated to make myself at least one basic sweater right now, because once the spring starts, I will be all in lace and cute cashmere stuff and everything, but definitely not a basic sweater. So next time the autumn or winter comes to this world, I will not have the basic sweater, which is sad. So I need to make it now or regret it forever. And right now, that's the only actual future plan I have. But I do have some media things to share with you. I've been reading a lot through December and November and beginning of January. Most of the books I read, I would not recommend, and I actually DNF them because I don't have time to read books that do not bring me any joy. But one book I absolutely loved, and it's not a secret that this book is very famous, popular, and everybody loves it. It is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I absolutely devoured this book. It was super interesting. I couldn't lay the book down. And it was so well written, and the whole plot was amazing. It was not super plot twisty in any way, but it was just a delight to read. So I very much recommend this book. Out of the TV shows that I watched, Nothing really stood out before a few days ago when I started the TV show called Unstable. It's a TV show on Netflix about a scientist who lost his wife. She died, and he kind of became cuckoo. He was not processing his grief properly, so he kind of is trying to reinvent himself while he also needs to invent a lot of stuff for the climate change. So it's about a person trying to find his way in his new reality and how people around him have to kind of accommodate his new personality. And at the same time, it's a comedy. I think it's like officially a sitcom, but it's not the like Big Bang Theory or Friends type of sitcom. It's a bit more serious and it's a bit more plot driven. And that's it for now. I hope you liked this video, and I really hope that you had great holidays, you had great Christmas, you had great New Year's, or whatever you were celebrating, or maybe just had a very nice beginning of the new year. I very much hope to see you again in the new year, and I would really appreciate it if you followed me on other social media such as Instagram, where I post a lot of pictures of my knits and just like my everyday knitting life, or on TikTok, where I post goofy knitting related content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again, my knitting friends and buddies.